What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of what's going on with my hair? Jeez, Toy Talk. Uh, Toy Father here. With me, as always, I got.
Oh wait, I should have. Hey guys, hello.
I don't know which one was worse, dude.
Probably the wave.
We got Toy Attic, Danny, and as you can see, it's just me and Toy Attic. No Chewing's taking the day off, and Cox 3 got caught up at work, but it's okay. I was like, I could scramble to get someone, but you know what? I'm confident that Danny and I can pull this together.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Danny, you and I were talking.
Yes.
First of all, how you been?
I've been good. I mean, busy at work. Busy being a parent because I'm a toy daddy too.
Yeah, no, seriously. I think
So-
you've been pretty quiet on the chat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm trying not to be. I've been a little bit. Sometimes I get caught up with like life stuff, and you got to take care of that. That's priority. I got to take care of my priorities first, and I know this community and this fun stuff will be here when I get back always. But I'm never going for too long. I'm going for like
Danny, I need you to comment on my Muppet pictures now.
Well, you should have told me that before I gave my 3-year-old the phone so she could not run into the live and like destroy everything right here.
Sure.
I will after the show, buddy. Okay.
No, I'm joking. It's not a priority to do that right now. But, so what have you been up to? I know you've been helping a certain friend of ours with the store.
Yes. So I've been I think I've gone twice. I was supposed to go today, but unfortunately my daycare people were closed. So I've been helping Chubsy. If you guys don't know Chubsy in the comments, go check his page out. Him and Mrs. Chubsy are phenomenal. Love those folks. They're great. We've had them on the show. Such a generous, just a great guy. Him and her, they're just great people. Yeah. So I've been helping him with his new store. He's going to be launching his big grand opening, his new store. So I've been helping him move. So I've been driving an hour and 30-some minutes just to go help. And it feels good every time. I feel it's a good feeling to know that I'm doing something because it's the right thing to do.
we had Chubsy on our show and Mrs. Chubsy as well, and they're just wonderful small business owners, but also just wonderful people, as you said. So I can only imagine just wanting to help them out, how grateful they are, and how much fun that would be too. Just to help them out.
It's great. And what he called me yesterday, I was at work yesterday. He gave me a call yesterday. He's like, "Hey man, I'm just calling to say thank you because you drive so you're driving and I'm like, dude, when I say I'm gonna do something, I'm like that. I'm gonna be there. As if I can't, I'll let you know, but I'll make it my best to try. And so it's been fun all the times that I've been there to help him out. Lend him a hand, and I'm telling you, the store. It's a beautiful thing. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. So where's the store again?
It's in Jersey. It's literally like, I don't know if you remember, it's like down the street. It's like 3 minutes away from like the old store. So it's on something Turnpike. I forgot the address. But if you need to find out, go on his page, and it's if you're in New Jersey, you'll see it has the whole address there and everything. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Chubsy Wubsy. Check him out. And I've ordered figures from him, and he ships in boxes, and it comes within 2 to 3 days. Amazing. Yeah. Like if it's in stock, he'll get it to you really right away. I remember he sent me something, and he's like, "Hey, I'm just letting you know, street date is this date. I just want to get it to you a little bit early. Just don't post it." And I was like, okay, that's fine. That's great. So just and it was only like a few days. It wasn't like he was breaking like the law or anything.
No.
But like, he looks out for the people that he knows and that he knows that cares about him. So check out Chubsy Wubsy, great small business. Again, there are not many small business like toy stores out there, and he's one of them.
Yep.
So, let's talk about Black and Wednesdays.
Oh, yeah, sure. So for anybody that doesn't know, I started this silly old collab challenge. It's called Black and Wednesdays. I started it, I believe it was September or October I started. So, anyways, make a long story short, I started a collab where for every Wednesday in a month, you'll take a black and white shot. I started with this black and white, then I just started adding colors as I went. I did black and white with a splash of red, black and white with a hint of green. Now I took a break for the month of April because I know there was other collabs, and I kind of, sometimes I like to take a break. So for this month, Black and Wednesdays is going to return this Wednesday, and this time is with a blast of blue. So it's black and white shots with a blast of blue, anything blue. It could be an accessory, it could be a figure, it could be an effect, it could be anything. And you can use any figure line that you like. Again, it's on Wednesdays, and please use the hashtag TA_Black and Wednesdays, and please tag me in your beautiful work. Please tag me, because there's a lot of folks that are doing the collab, that have been doing the collab, and sometimes they don't use the hashtag. And again, it's Black and Wednesdays with an S at the end. So please tag me, and if you just reach out to me because I want to see your work, please.
Yeah, please do. It's a lot of fun. I mean, all it is just a simple collab, but I think what I like about it is the challenge behind it all, and also just supporting this Toy Addict 17, this awesome guy in the community who's just happy to see every shot. He makes sure that he comments on every shot, gives every shot some credit. So you tag him and you use that hashtag, and he'll give you your due as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll go back and forth. So another plug is check out our friend Yimbo reviews everything. Yesterday he had First Strike Figs on. Pretty awesome photographer, and Toy Addict, you've been a big fan for many months since he started, I want to say.
Yeah.
He has a really amazing approach when it comes to photography, and I thought he was able to explain that really well on Yimbo stream. So check it out. Check out Yimbo Reviews, buys everything on his YouTube page, as well as the TPC Top 10, which is this Wednesday at 8:45. And we're going to be talking about the top 10 photos from the Toy Pick community as voted by you. And we just have a lot of fun. It's me, Yimbo, and No Chewing. I'm sure there are a bunch of other plugs. I see Machu's in here. Machu and Jay Shot have a great show between two Sentinels. And they always seem to get an incredible guest that they always have a lot of fun with. So,
awesome.
And you announced something last week, right?
Yes. So we don't have a set date yet, but it is going to be. Well, I mean, we're ready. I've bought new gear and all this stuff. I'm trying to get my setup going. This is not going to be my setup, but me and Unworthy, we're going to be starting a new show entitled A Worthy Addiction. And basically, A Worthy Addiction is a show for all hobbies, because all hobbies are worthy. I practiced that one.
Dude, I think it'll be real interesting. And I'm totally I'm trying to think of another hobby that I have, getting toy collectors in there that have other hobbies.
Yeah. And the point is, and what I'm excited for is that we get to reach an audience, and it's not like it hasn't happened before. People do it, but we get to reach an audience that maybe hasn't, maybe they want to be on a show, and maybe they want to talk about what they do. So, we're hoping to, just have chats with them and just, asking them what inspires them to do the hobbies. And, I'm saying, again, I want to hear about, music and other stuff other than toys. Maybe somebody wants to come on and talk about just being a dad. Let's have a dad conversation.
Yeah, totally.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
So, it's just, it's exciting. I'm excited that I'm gonna be partnering with my buddy, Unworthy. That's my dude right there, and he's awesome. So I'm excited. I'm excited for it. We already have our first guest, and he will be announced when we give the date to start. So stay tuned, please. Stay tuned.
Well, that's great. I mean, I think in order for you starting anything, I think I said this before, the perfect combination is you and Unworthy. So
yeah, I'm excited.
Hey, before we get going with our next guest, let's go to the chat. because everything starts and ends with the chat. The chat is one of the best
Mm-hmm.
pieces of Toy Talk of the stream. We love hearing all your comments and your questions, and we try to incorporate them as much as we can during our show.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mike Hex, how's it going, buddy? Local
What's up,
guy
dude?
near me. How you doing? Carlos Burian, aka Cal the Collector, how's it going? Always supporting, always supporting.
What's up, dude?
Wade Crate, always a big supporter as well. He's been great about just commenting in our chats, and he's always there. Rabbit's Den Collectible, Marco, how's it going, buddy? Always good to see you. Wade Crate says kits first, toys second. Toy Atkin, that's absolutely correct. Machu Toy, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Thanks for joining us. And Emoji Figures, what's up? How you doing? Adrian the artist. Oh, it's Vazpix. How's it going? Thank you. Thanks for joining us. And everybody's favorite copter, Thanos Copter. What's up, buddy? Thanks for joining us. Yes, a worth addiction. Can't wait. Worthy. So something that I just want to kind of talk about is our next guest. This next guest is someone that I've been friends with for a very long time in IG. One of like the very first people that I started talking to just online. We've been in group chats, we've been in individual chats. He was one of the main reasons that I got into Mezco. He was also one of the main reasons why my wallet hurts from Mezco. And then he's also gone through several identity changes. So, you know, I'm sure we'll talk about that. He was once Darth McSwain. He was once Mezco McSwain. Now he is McSwain Photography. So I hope that the next time we have him on, he won't be just like that, you know, symbol that Prince had. So let's introduce our next guest, McSwain Photography. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
What's going on?
Pretty good, pretty good. How about y'all?
I'm good. Now, McSwain, I would say you are one of the hardest working guys, well, with the exception of Cox Create, out there. You are working nonstop. I know you have several jobs, and it's really hard to get you on shows because you're always working. So I knew Monday was going to be a good one. It's just a matter of which Monday. So I'm glad you could make it, man.
Yeah, I'm glad I finally was able to make it. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard to line our schedules up. Very hard.
It really is. So one of the pieces tonight is we're just gonna hang out. We're gonna ask you some questions. I see you have a shot going on. I want to open some figs. I want to build a figure. And everyone in the chat, please just talk to us. Hang out with us. This is gonna be a different kind of toy talk. But McSwain, why don't you talk to us? Actually, no, I have a discussion question, everyone. And I want McSwain to kind of lead this one. Tell me, because I feel like you've gone from different lines in your toy photography career right now. Which one has always been the constant? I think I know what you're going to say. Which one has always been there for you that you'll never stop collecting?
The Black Series, for sure. Like I reached a point where I almost was like, maybe I should start selling a few of these because I hadn't done anything with them in a while. But a good friend of mine, D. Ball 91.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
like, man. He's like, man, I'm missing them Star Wars shots. You need to get back in it. And so I picked him up. I started photographing with him again, and I was like, man, I'm so glad I didn't sell these. That would have been a big mistake.
Yeah, but you'd be paying for it in the back end, trying to get them all back.
Yeah, big time.
So now you're filling the gap.
Yeah, I did that right when I started back. Oh man, it took me a couple of months to catch back up with, you know, what was already released between the time I stopped and the time I started back.
What? So, like, I feel like I know how you work because I feel some of the same way. Danny, I know you feel the same way too. Like when you get into a line, you're like, man, I missed these. Like,
yeah.
I need them, or can you go forward without getting them? Like, are you really trying to pick up every single one that you missed?
Yeah, I think I have.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, and I got a problem with the clones. I get at least 2 clones. At least 2. So
Like the troopers, like the clone troopers?
the clone troopers, yeah.
That makes
I
sense, though.
yeah, you gotta have 2. One's just
Yeah.
not enough. So
Yeah.
I went back, and if I couldn't find them, through any regular seller, I'd go to Macari or, eBay, however I had to get them.
Do they have to be in box or you get them loose?
I'll get them loose. That don't bother me because I got this new stuff that if they got a loose joint, it'll tighten them back up. I think I
Kikis?
got it right here. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah.
Yep. Kikis, I got
So-
that too. I got
Yeah.
Famous key.
got it flown in by from Thailand or through a boat. I could only find that on eBay.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll send you my link. But yeah, that's something that Yimbo uses all the time.
It's good stuff. You got to be careful with the droids from the Black Series because their joints are so thin that if you put too much of that and you don't work it regularly, it glues them together and you will break the figure. So you got to be careful with that.
So did you learn that the hard way?
The hard way, yeah.
Which one did you break?
It was just the regular B1 battle droid, the kind of light gray one, but I got too many of them anyway, so I just kind of use it as parts on the ground when I want to now. I'll just go ahead and take the broken up bits and put them everywhere.
And that's the reason I haven't bought it. I don't want that to happen.
It's okay for the thicker joints, like as long as you keep and it says, every 10 minutes you might want to work it or so, just a little bit. If you do that, it's not a problem, but them droids, it sealed it up fast, just like super glue.
I thought you were gonna say, yeah, I broke it, and then I just went on Mercari and got another one. So
No, I
another two.
Another 2.
Another 2.
I still had too many of those already.
Well, Danny, what about for you? What's one line? I think I know what it is for you.
G.I. Joe's, baby.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers. No, nothing. Listen, NECA's always gonna have my money. NECA's always gonna have my money. I love anything NECA, mainly the horror figures because I love the horror figures. But he's been there have been much horror stuff coming out. I know they got the Universal Monsters and some stuff that are still on pre-order hasn't been released. But when I'm not collecting horror, I am collecting like stuff like Turtles. I'm collecting like stuff like I don't know, just anything NECA, like the Toonie Terrors. I love the Toonie Terrors. And then that's I collect other stuff. It's just that company alone is just like that's my company. I love it. They have my money to the end. So
yeah. Well, I was thinking about this question. I mean, that makes sense, and that's like your thing. Oh, I bought I bought a Kratos NECA.
Dude, have you seen the quarter scale one? Have you seen it? I got to show you the quarter scale. He's phenomenal.
I mean, that's like huge. So
when that one came out, he was so hard to find. I was able to find him. Like I drove like an hour to I believe it was a Best Buy. They had one.
Oh, really?
And like I drove like an hour. Best Buy, they had them because it was PlayStation. They had them on the Sony side.
Okay.
For all the PlayStation 4s at the time. So, dude, when I called every store because I seen people that had it. And I was like, I need that Kratos. And then some guy it was like Waterford or something, Connecticut. And they were like, yeah, we have one. I'm like, oh, can you hold on to it? Oh, we can't make promises. Man, that was the quickest. I was just gone. I had to get it.
And you got it. Do you have it displayed anywhere?
Yeah, he's in a closet on his box. I have the little one, the 7-inch one right there.
Yeah, I can't wait for that 7-inch one.
He's dope. He's also too. It's just shrunk down, so he's phenomenal.
Same one, yeah. Well, I was trying to think if there was an actual line I would not stop collecting. I don't know. I feel like I collected Marvel Legends for so long, and now I see myself kind of being like, I'm not really going to collect anymore. Well, no,
Mm-hmm.
it depends. Like I picked up a few, but I don't need to get all of them. And there isn't really anything that I feel like I need to have all of them, except for
Mm-hmm.
I love like figure arts and I
Mm-hmm.
love Mafex, but one thing that I keep coming back to every time they do a new release is figure arts. And the reason they're like fresh in my head is because today the Green Goblin
Mm-hmm.
dropped from Spider-Man No Way Home, and the Defoe like unmasked head came out.
Mm-hmm.
Big Bad at first posted him for like $230, something like that.
Mm.
Nin Nin has him for 170, which was probably the cheapest. Thanks Chewy for finding that deal, and now it's sold out. But
It's a figure arts
yeah, SH Figure Arts.
for 200.
Yeah, it was a lot. It comes with the
I hope
glider
he
and everything.
talks.
It
I hope he
looks.
talks.
I do have to say, it looks incredible. Like
I haven't seen it.
incredible.
I gotta check it out.
Check it out. I don't know if you've seen it, but McSwain, but it was a must for me because a
Mm-hmm.
big Spider-Man fan, and it might be the definitive like Green Goblin figure that we've always wanted. But I'm super pumped for it, and I think it might have to be McSwain. It might have to be SH Figure Arts that keeps me coming back in terms of all that. There was a point where I thought Mezco would be it, but you know what? Mezco has been kind of disappointing as of late in terms of just them as a company, but also just their releases.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe I might be like, I want to say I'm like Mezco'd out with everything that
Mm-hmm.
has come out. So I don't know. We'll see. We got
Wade asked a good question. He said, "Any of you fellas sold one
one.
that you wish you could get back?" That's a great question.
That's a good question.
There's so many. To answer that question, I'm going to say I just I just recently sold the Grogu 1-to-1 scale hot toy. I just sold them.
Yeah.
And I really regret getting rid of him.
Really?
I really do, because he was 1-to-1 scale. He was little, and you could like take photos of him outside. Like you could bring him outside and kind of make those like realistic, like just make them. I kind of regret selling them, but again, it was like person really wanted it. I gave him a good deal for it too, so I'm like disappointed. I want it back.
Well, I've been selling a lot, and I know McSwain's been selling a lot. Has there been anything, McSwain, that you sold that you're like, ugh?
No, not that I regret. I've been using that money to get things I'd rather have, so I haven't sold anything that I'm like, dude, I need to sell that. Not yet, at least. I'm sure something will hit me eventually.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I can remember that I sold was the Mafex Gambit.
Mm.
And then I bought it again. So, I mean, it answers your question.
From the same person you sold it to, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I want it back. Here's your money.
So I sold it to Agent Variant. And then I'm like, oh, that was a bad mistake. Because it was like so much money. And then the re-release came out, and I was like, oh, I'll just buy this. So
I could just picture you like just hitting them up like, hey, how much you want for that Gambit?
After I sold it, it's like not even
after
in
you
his
just
hands.
sold it to
Hey,
him,
just
right?
hey, shipping's gonna be this. By the way, how much do you want for that?
Oh man.
Hey, Ravitz then had something about Kiki's. If you guys are not aware, but Kiki's is just a water-based polyurethane. Repacked is cheaper to buy polyurethane in the same formula. Okay, good to know. That's a good tidbit of information.
Mm-hmm.
And he also says, Big Bad Toys overcharged retail for Goblin. Is it Bandit? Is it really 130? I hope I don't get that. Like, I hope if it is, it's like
just sell the one you have and buy it again somewhere else.
Yeah. God. Vico said, buy back toy trick like Mr. Krabs with SpongeBob with the #1 hat. I'm guessing I haven't seen that episode, but okay. Hey, we got your boy or our boy, but
Hey,
you know, the other half of Unworthy
my
Addictions.
my my
He's a
angry
big
side.
McSwain fan.
What's up, man?
My angry side.
Well, everyone in the chat, we're just gonna be hanging out, and if you
Mhm.
have questions for McSwain, that'd be great. But really, you know, he has a shot that he has set up, and I'm sure he'll
Mhm.
want to walk us through that, or maybe not. And I just told him that we would. But also, like, I actually kind of like when I first met you, McSwain. You were Darth McSwain, then you were
Mm.
Mezco McSwain, and now you're McSwain Photography. Um, what's Can you talk to us about your identity crisis, like in terms of that piece?
Crisis.
I guess I would say it's because I mainly was doing Star Wars at the beginning, so I don't know. A weird part of me felt like I needed Star Wars in my name, and then
Mhm.
after that, I got into Mezco. So a weird part of me again felt like I needed Mezco in my name for some freaking reason. And
Yeah,
so this last time, it's just like I'll just McSwain photography, photograph what I want to photograph when I want to
Mhm.
photograph it, and just I don't know.
I mean,
Mainly, it's
I
that.
understand why you got out of Mezco. I mean, but now you're doing Black Series, so might as well go back to Darth McSwain, but
Right.
keep it
Here,
at McSwain Photography.
here's a good question for you guys. Before your username, right? What was gonna be the name that you were gonna have? Do you guys like Toy Father? Was that always gonna be the name you were gonna go with?
Yeah, I think so. It was like the so I mean, I've shared with all of you like my basement and like all of my
Mm-hmm.
toys. And I really did think I'm like, I have so many toys. I could like give people like toys like the Toy Father, like like the Godfather. Like I was like, I could give you any like toy that you like. I have two of like all like, and then I met Danny, and Danny has like three of everything. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like he's the Toy Father. But that's what I really thought. I was like Toy Father. I love that. It also meant like to me deeply like I'm also a father, you know, a
Mm-hmm.
dad. So
Mm-hmm.
that was the whole piece of it. It's so simple, Toy Father. So
Yeah.
for me it was easy.
I
How about
never would have
you?
guessed the whole Godfather of toy deal.
Yeah.
I just thought toy dad, and toy father.
Yeah, well, yeah, and the Toy Father and the Godfather connection too.
He's
I do love those movies. So
oh, they're great.
yeah,
Great movies.
yeah. Um,
Oh.
were you always Darth McSwain, or did you have several names before that?
Uh, I was always Darth McSwain because at first when I started taking pictures of or toy photography, um, I would just blow up my friend's phone with the pictures.
Mm.
And one friend, I guess he probably was a little bit getting tired of it. So he's like, "Man, you need to go on Instagram or something." Because you know I'm hitting him with like 5 or 6 pictures a week or so. So once I got on there and you know all I had was Star Wars characters. I maybe had 15 back then, and so I was like, Darth McSwain makes
Mm.
sense. So uh, and then I just started searching for toy photographers, and I found Jason Michael. And before I bought a Mezco, he was like, all his Mezco shots are insane. Which
Mm-hmm.
if y'all seen
Yeah, he's
any of his
great.
pictures, really are insane. But
Yeah, he's dope.
uh, before I even owned one, I was like, I need one of those. If you can
Mm-hmm.
make it do that,
What was your first Mezco that you got?
Mm.
it was Old Man Logan.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
Nothing too fancy.
No,
Yeah,
he was
that
great. No,
yeah, that was like a
Yeah.
really I don't want to
he
say
was
really
dope.
cheap, but it was a reasonable price, and
Mm-hmm.
he was like one of the first three that I got. He's an amazing Wolverine figure.
Hmm.
What about you, Danny?
I was gonna go with Toy Rican, but that was whack. No. Toy Rican or Pootie Tang photographies. No. It was. I can't take myself serious sometimes. I was trying to say that with a straight face, but the shit never comes out that way. No, it was always honestly, I didn't have a name. I was just like, I actually went with a name my friends used to call me because I used to work at Target. And like I used to work 8 hours until I really started hating Target. And then like I found a way better job, but I wanted to have the extra money. So I changed my schedule to like once a week schedule. It was weird. Like I only worked for like 8 hours, maybe 4 hours. I was like seasonal after. So I only went there because I wanted to go to the Toys R Us during my break. That was like across right next to the Best Spy. So I would go. So I would buy a figure literally every day. I was buying a figure every day. Every day I was in there. So my friends would say, dude, you're such an addict, man. You're like, you need that, right? It's like that crack. You need that. I was like, no, it's just, so I would buy it. So toy addict, toy addict, 17 is my birthday. And then toy addict came from just me, buying toys every day.
17th is my birthday.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
17 of what?
September.
I'm in January.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where toy addict came from. Again, I used to buy more 2 or more of the same figure. I used to do the same thing. And it wasn't because people would ask if I was like going to like sell them, but I'm like, no, I just really liked it. Like the Jason Voorhees from NECA. I own like 6 or 7 of those. Like, I don't know why I have 6 or 7 Jason. I just really like that. I love Kane Hodder. That's my favorite Jason. So I have like many of him. And then also the Michael Myers I buy. Every time I go to the store, if I see him, even like a Superman, like the first wave of McFarlane's, that Superman 1000 that came out. Anytime I went to a store and I saw a Superman sitting there by itself, I would buy it. I felt bad. I was just like, he needs a home. Let me take him home. I do it with the Michael Myers and I do it with the Jasons. Anytime I'm out, I'm like, they need a home. Like Bam's Toys had a Halloween Kills Michael Myers for $15. Took him home. He's right in the room. He's probably gonna be a custom or something. I don't know. But I think I would have went with Toy Rican if I would have thought of that name.
That is a good one.
Toy Rican.
Although I'm glad you didn't, but I just oh man, Toy Rican.
You imagine just like my logo. You know how my logo is the knife? I would have had like maracas and like the straw hat.
Dude.
Hey,
dude.
Man, woo, that would have been great. See, I'm debated. That needs to happen now. like a variant logo. We got to do that.
I want to hear everyone in the chat. What are some alternative names that you thought of before you came up? Clintastic 4, I forget what we were talking about, but I wish I had followed up with this immediately. Followed me with shutting off Unworthy's mic. Rabbit's Den was the rabbit hole, but it sounded weird. Yeah, that does.
I actually like that. It was pretty cool.
I like this one. I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. Mayfex Gambit, take it. Go in peace. Rabbit Den, I see nothing wrong with that. Let's see. Toy Addy Rican.
Toy Addy Rican. Toy Aggie Rican.
Let's see. Hey, Steve Morrow, what's going on? How you doing? Let's see. Yeah, put it down there if you've had some alternative names or if you thought about name switches.
Mm-hmm.
Have there been any name, well, other than Toy Rican, have there been any name switches you've been thinking of, Toy Addict?
Papi Chulo photography.
Stop. Seriously?
No. I like Toy Addict 17. No, I honestly, I really like, my name, it's personal. My friends used to call me that. So they used to call me a toy addict. It's like, dude, you're a toy addict. So I'm like, hey, man, that fits. So it works. Fit. Yeah.
Let's see. I started doing TikTok dancing, but we got nowhere fast. So we create was a solid backup plan. Clint Assis is going to make the Toy Rican logo.
Do it. Please do it. Yes. Yes.
Please do it.
Yes.
Do an
A
alternative.
sombrero. Listen, it's got to be the straw hat with the maracas or the what you call it, the weedle, the little thing that you.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's got to be really offensive. Yes, go ahead.
Not to me.
Not to you, but
Not to me.
Carlos Burton isn't that your
Cal.
name? Oh, Cal the Collector. Oh, Cal the Conqueror.
Oh, Cal the
Okay.
Conqueror. Okay.
Samuel Dean, what is this podcast? This is called Toy Talk. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Click and subscribe if you like it. That'd be great. We're only 5 away from 300. And I'm really pumped about that.
And 400, we'll do a giveaway, correct?
400, yeah.
We'll do a giveaway.
Unworthy. I changed my name to just Unworthy for a hot minute, but people couldn't figure out how to tag me, so I changed it back. My AG name came from a random drunk guy at a bar. Did it really?
Jesus.
Did he knew that? Like, did you know about Fantastic Four? Like,
no.
That's weird. Well, we do have some comments actually that I starred. McSwain, what got you into toy photography? I think you kind of talked about this, but that's a good question.
It was mainly during the pandemic. Not much to do, and my little girl had just been born, and playing games was kind of out of the question. She needed me a lot, so
video games.
Yeah, playing video games was a little out of the question because she was up a lot. But I bought a few figures, and I bought them so that because I got my iPad, I would pose them and take the picture, and I would trace them and draw and color them in and everything, and that's kind of how that started. And I went from drawing over them to just doing toy photography.
Nice.
And it was mainly I would draw because I didn't have any backgrounds, so I would just kind of get one off of Google and trace over that and draw it my own way and everything. And mainly the pandemic got me into collecting toys and toy photography. And my friend got me on Instagram because I was blowing up his phone.
So okay, sorry, you may have gone over this. Were you a toy collector before?
I bought a lot of toys as a child. And then of course I stopped, and then I've always looked at them. Like it doesn't matter. I would go down that aisle and just look at, just how everything's changed over the years, the articulation, everything. I just hold the box.
But at that point, you didn't buy them, right?
Right, at that time. But, when I couldn't do anything else, I can't play a game, I can't really watch movies or anything. I'm like, I want to do something. So I just started. I got a figure here and a figure there, and the addiction started.
What I really like about your photography is that I don't want to say it's simple, but you do a lot of a great job at putting in the practical effects, whether it's photo stacking, whether it's doing something where the character's like balancing or throwing plates or doing doing the added effects afterwards to show like lightsabers and what are the pew pew, the lasers,
just the blasts, the laser blasts and stuff.
Laser blasting.
Pew, pew.
I've just seen you been able to evolve from that, and what I really like is just asking you like, well, how did you do that? So you're always pushing yourself to do something that's a little bit different, like your explosions. Or one thing was like the water that you did like a year ago or something with the what's it called, the plastic
the cling wrap, the plastic cling wrap,
the plastic cling wrap. I'm like, how did you do that? You're always thinking something like, what do I have around the house, how can I make it practical, and how can I do it? And you always find a way, and that's what I really like about your effects.
I appreciate that.
Like, how are you like asking someone, or are you thinking about it on your own? Do you like read it on it?
Well, the cling wrap came from, I'm trying to think of the name of the page. I think it was Hidden Figs. You know how they feature people and stuff. Well,
Mhm.
sometimes they'll throw out little hints, and the cling wrap kind of came from them. And we had a diaper genie for my little girl, and me and my wife messed up one of the refills,
Oh,
and it's just a blue bag.
yeah.
So we had messed it up to where it wouldn't go in. So I just cut it up. And so some of my water is that blue plastic from that
Oh, really?
with cling wrap
That's
on top to look like a white cap
Got
for
it.
on top of
nice.
water. And I got a bunch of like Home Depot bags and cut them up for the dirty water for like when I use the crocodile or any kind of swampy looking murky water. I use a Home Depot bags for that.
Mm.
Oh,
Just
damn. That's awesome.
and the
Where
kinetic
do
sand.
where do you get your inspiration? Like when you're gonna set up a shot, right? See, with
Mhm.
me sometimes is I have to like sometimes I'll go on like I'll like either look up movie stills or movie posters, but like sometimes I just freestyle, right? So
Mhm.
where do you get your inspiration for your shots? Like, is it something like similar where you're like researching something, or is it just something off the top of your head?
Uh, I'd say probably watching shows.
Oh,
I'm either watching like Star Wars all the way through the
mm,
cartoons and the movies,
yeah, yeah,
uh, or the Marvel movies sometimes too.
yeah.
And sometimes I'll be at work and I'll look at my friend that likes what I do, and I'll just be like, "What do you think I should do?" And
Mm.
sometimes I base it off the diorama I got set up. I'll look at him and I'll say, "I got this one set up. What do you think?" And he'll be like, "Have this guy fighting this guy," or
Oh, that's
That's
awesome,
sweet.
man.
just throw out random ideas like that. It's really fun.
Is
I
he a
wish I
toy
had friends.
photographer?
No, uh, he he just likes my pictures. I always show them to him, and he just really likes them. He's a really cool guy about it.
That's awesome, though.
Danny, were you about to say you wish you had friends that were
I
toy
wish I had friends
photographers?
like that. Besides you guys,
It's like,
like I can't. Like if I go to work and say, "Hey,
oh
give me an
yeah.
idea for a toy photography like shot," and they're like, "Get out of my face, loser."
Yeah. Well,
No, no,
maybe.
honestly, I don't know. No, I really don't
Maybe.
care. But like, that's awesome that you have someone. I mean, I do have a few folks that I talk to
Mm,
and I've shown my photos to. And like, I mean, I don't ask them for ideas, but the fact that you have someone that like, respects what you do and, actually like, that's awesome. That goes a long way. So it gets a bit, well, I mean, I'm lying. I'll take that back. So you guys know the Hood Marvel Legend, right? The Hood.
Mhm.
I
mm,
named him Bill. The reason I named him Bill was because I have a coworker at work that would look at my photos and he was like, "Oh, there goes the guy with the green pants dying again," because I will always kill Bill. So I named him after him. So I will say him. So that's probably the only person that I know. He was like, "Hey man, I haven't seen any Bill shots. Where are the Bill shots at?" So that's probably the only person. But it's awesome that you get somebody that kind of gives you like ideas too, like what I'm saying, because sometimes you can't even think of something. Like me, I've been on this like, now here's my next question for you. When you can't think of anything, do you take a break or do you have a certain figure that you lean to? It's like your one figure. Me, I always go to the Michael Myers 2018 Michael Myers. If I can't think of a shot, that's the character I'm gonna take a photo of because he's always photo like he's great and he like I shoot him well and he's just fun to play around with. Is there a certain figure that you use, or is there something like when you can't think of something, you kind of like, oh, I'm gonna take a break today?
little bit of both.
Okay.
I have like a thumb drive, and I probably have like a month's worth of
Mm.
photos just saved
Mm.
up, and but also anything with vapor. Like I
Oh
got him in
yeah,
this.
he's awesome.
I got
Oh,
him right
that's
here.
cool.
So I can always think of something with vapor, even if it's just something silly. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
that's probably my go-to. Got that for
um,
$5, by the way.
you
Is
got
that
what?
is that like the
It's
the the
the WWE one. I threw some
oh
wash on it today. Like I
yeah,
put
dude, that's
some
dope.
brown and black wash on it.
Wow,
But I got this
dude.
for $5.
Wow,
What?
man, that looks
That looks really
yeah.
good.
Thank you.
And that comes with Brock. Who's that come with? The Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar.
Dude, that you made that look so good. I would have never thought that's what it was until I saw the WWE logo.
Why? What does it
really
look
appreciate
like?
that.
Like,
It's real shiny.
really?
The blues are way too clean, and then of course the tires are too clean. But I just watered down some black and brown paint and just went to town with it.
Damn.
That
Do
You
you
really
have
can't overdo it.
do you have like a background in art or anything like that? Were you always like I always find like the guys that are so crafty in toy photography had some sort of like art background or loved drawing when they were little or whatever.
Oh yeah. My brother taught me to draw when I was little, and I like to draw. I'll suck at it now because I haven't done it in so long. But I used to love to draw all the time, and I never messed with like painting like that. But I've got a few little customs. I've showed you before. But I love painting figures. I don't
Oh
do
yeah,
it
yeah,
much
yeah.
anymore, but drawing, I would say.
That makes sense. I mean, you're always like problem solving like something in terms of just like your pictures and whatnot. And I was about to say to Attic, like I remember talking to McSwain and he was saying he gets nervous when his backlog gets lower and lower in terms of photos that he doesn't have a month. That's crazy, by the way. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh yeah.
I remember seeing some photos that post now that I'm like, boy, he showed me that like a year ago. I'm like, wow, no one else has seen this one. That's crazy. Unworthy says, McSwain, did you get to hear the Rowdy Boy saying, McSwain, don't you have to turn on that red light?
I remember that. Yeah. Yeah. I remember that we made us sing that. I forgot the song, but it makes Swain. I remember that. That's so funny.
Unboxing art. Check out unboxing art on Wednesdays at 7:30 with Cox Create. State of the art. He's unboxing art is awesome. He's a great
awesome.
person.
He's an awesome dude.
Awesome dude in the community, always supporting and always has great guests on State of the Art. The last one he did a special one with Fox Forge Toys on a Thursday or something. It was like back to back from the one before that was Ramen Racer or Ramen Toys Ace. So he just got back from seeing Evil Dead Rise. Have you seen that? Toy Attic.
10 out of 10.
Okay,
favorite horror movie of the year.
All right.
I love it. I'm gonna go watch it again. Awesome. You should go watch it, Chris. It's awesome.
Yeah, I keep watching. I do watch the trailer. I'm like,
Only thing I regret about that movie is taking my little girl to go see it.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Well, she's 13. She's 13.
Oh, okay.
Judge free. Come on, stop it.
Oh, I thought it was a 3-year-old.
No, well, listen, believe it or not, my 3-year-old will sit through like every movie with me. I have a nice photo of her. I'm gonna show you later. I have a photo of her. We went to Spirit of Halloween. She looked everywhere, went through the Minnie Mouse, nothing. No reaction. The minute she saw the Michael Myers mask, that's when her face just
I remember you telling me
like
this.
a glitch. She was holding it. I was like,
whatever you can share with your kids in terms of
yes. Which is a good segue for my next question. So, McSwain, here's not a silly question, because sometimes your kids kind of like my son, he just started his own page and he started, doing his own toy photography. And I know Toy Father, he's been doing things with, lately he's been doing some great shots with his kids, man. It's been dope.
I'm going to post one tonight.
So, yes. So your kid, right? Your daughter, she grows up. She says, "Hey, Dad, I want to start collecting toys." What toy would you recommend for her to collect? Like if she says, "Dad," not recommend, because I know you would probably allow her, say, "Hey, whatever you want." But like if she said, "I need a recommendation," what toy should I buy?
I don't know. Probably Black Series, I guess. But
is she into anything right now?
Oh, she's Paw Patrol all day long. I mean, we've almost got every single one of the dogs, and we've started on the cats. So yeah,
they have cats.
They have cats now, and we have one of those. So I guess she's addicted to those right now.
Right.
She
She used
has
to
a
buy two of
few.
each.
She has a few cocoa melon that I did a picture of. Like I set them up and I was like, look, I'm gonna take your toys and take a picture with them. And
Hmm.
it's the cocoa melon figures in front of like the campfire with just the woods
Yeah.
behind them. And that was fun because she was excited to see them all sitting there. And,
Hmm.
and I put my phone up and, I showed her what it looked
That's
like
awesome, man.
afterwards. So she was happy about that.
That's awesome, man.
I feel like Coco Melon's like a new thing. Like my oh, that's Coco Melon. Okay.
Mhm.
I didn't know what Coco like my niece keeps every time I FaceTime her, she keeps saying Coco Melon. I want to see Coco Melon. I'm like, yeah, it's Coco Melon, and I
A bunch of
always like
songs.
I have no idea what it was until just now.
If it's
Hmm.
not Gabby's Playhouse dollhouse in the house, it's Gudetama. You guys know what
Yeah, good.
Gudetama is?
Yeah,
I,
I
I haven't experienced that one yet.
we just found a toy that keeps talking upstairs, and I was like, you know
Yeah.
what, keep that because I want to show this to Danny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Gudetama.
yeah. I remember we talked
It's
about that.
awesome.
It's like an egg,
It's an
right?
egg. It's
It's
an
weird.
egg.
It's mixed
A
swing.
sunny side
It's
egg.
weird. It's a weird thing. Go on to Netflix. It's on Netflix, right?
Hmm.
And look up Gudetama. Like it's so strange.
I felt when I first watched it, I felt like they feel when they first watch a horror movie with me, I was like petrified. I'm like, what the hell am I watching? I'm spaced out right now. What is this shit? Kids love the craziest things, man.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wade Crate says, what got you fellas into toy photography? Carlos Burian wants to know. I mean, mine. I mean, we just talked about McSwain, and I think Toy Addict and I have talked about this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it was the pandemic. It was when
Mm-hmm.
I was collecting toys, and I remember one specific night, I was like, everything was shut down. I had nothing to do, and I was an inbox collector. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna open this toy, and it was the
It was the
Nightfall
Gambit.
Batman. No, it
Oh,
was
I
the
thought you was
Gambit.
gonna say the
Nightfall,
Gambit.
DC Collectibles, Azrael Batman. Not as he well, yes, he's Azrael, but he was Batman, like the
Mm.
blue cowl, the gold suit. I love that figure, and I had it in box. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have him. And then I had seen that people took photography of their toys, and I just took one simple picture of it with against my white wall, and I posted it.
Mm.
And then as I kept on doing it, I used my phone,
Mm-hmm.
and I started to do like stories, like 10 picture stories
I
of the
remember that.
figures. They were a lot of fun. It was
I
just fun
remember
for
those.
like scripting it and being
You have to
creative
go
that
back.
way.
You have to
Yeah,
like
I
do a whole
know.
month. Do a whole
I
month.
know. I've been
Go
thinking
back
about
to.
it. It
You
is
should.
such I think just using the photographer style that I use now, it's a little bit harder, but I got a new phone, so I may be able to do it that with the
and it
that phone.
and it brings something different to the hobby, right? I love when people like perfect example, toys in our world. I don't know if you guys know that account, but
Yeah.
he takes regular photos of like toys on top of his coffee table, and he has like this big old story arc, like 15 chapters in one thing, and then at the end it's like a whole movie. Like every time you read it, it's like you're looking forward to the next, what's gonna happen next. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But so yeah, then I just evolved through the cameras and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're right, Danny. I think I want to go back, and I that actually segues into kind of what I want to talk about too. For the longest time, I thought McSwain. I was like, after a year and a half of knowing, I'm like, so what kind of camera do you use? Because I'm thinking of like upgrading mine. Because I use my phone, and I'm like, what? He used, and that's still the case, correct?
Hmm. Yeah.
All
That's
of your
not true.
shots are on your phone. And I have to say, for all of you listening and whatnot, you do not
Mm.
need an amazing camera
Nope.
to take awesome shots. If you look at all of McSwain's photography, that's all on his phone. If you look at Cox Create, that's all
Mm-hmm.
on his phone. it's all you need is just a simple camera. That's it. And
Yeah.
man, that's crazy. I love your
Creativity and
editing
a nice
process.
camera.
But walk me through your editing process, which I feel like is more
Mhm.
intricate than my editing process.
Oh yeah. I got this app.
Specifically, sorry to interrupt. I really liked when you made a Mezit with like a Robin costume on it. And I was like, they made a Robin Mezit? And he's like, no, I did that in Photoshop. I'm like, what? But
Yeah,
anyway, keep going.
on the iPad, I got this app called Procreate, mainly because it was like 1 time $10 payment. And it's not as good as Photoshop, but you can do a lot of fun stuff on there.
A lot of
And
people use Procreate.
it's really fun. And I'll airdrop my photos straight to the iPad, open it up, and you can do the layers. So you got your photo on bottom, you can put a blast effect on top, give it the blur that it needs, give it motion if you need to. And like with the Mezit, basically I would do a color change feature, but I would use the pencil instead of changing the whole photo, of course. And I would just go in and change, okay, like the mask, and then I'd go down to the shirt area and change that color, the pants, and so on and so forth until I was happy with the end result. And I think I did like a Dark Nocturnal too, and they're probably pretty far down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very fun app to use. Like I love the way it does. You can do lightsabers. It's a pen called Light Pen, and you can do any color you need to. And then I'll stack the color on my lights that I have to help. Like on the Ahsoka Darth Maul shot there, I lit it up red and blue, and then went back and did the lightsabers on the iPad.
That's so
cool. Thank you. But yeah, Procreate, super fun app.
And it kind of goes into like what you said earlier, where you were explaining how you could draw. We used to draw, and you said,
the water.
I don't know if I could draw. You said, I don't know if I could draw as good as I do. That shows. That's your skill of drawing going into your toy photography. If you think about it, right? You're adding all these layers, you're adding in these effects, and you're doing it through your phone, dude. Like you haven't missed the beat yet, dude. Like, I mean, that showed you. It's just a totally different thing you're doing. You're not doing it on paper with pencil. You're doing it on this app, and look how great your shots are, dude.
Look at this one with the water.
Yeah, that thing is amazing, man.
Is that cool?
I could barely make a sandwich. Look at this. Wow.
That's good. I was trying to see if I could find the Mezit.
You're probably getting closer.
Yeah. Because all of you need to see this, like what he did. I mean, he described it, but it wasn't like you need to see it too. Oh, there's more of the water. Like,
well, besides Mezco and Black Series, are there other line of figures that you were always like a fan of? Like besides those, like is there anything like any other lines that you like as well besides those?
Oh yeah, I love NECA. I'm not a big horror guy, so I don't get too many of those. I think I have like It, or I just got the NECA Alf. He's
awesome, man. I want him bad.
He's really fun. Totally worth it. And I gotta show y'all this guy. Y'all probably know about him. But I done forgot the name of the company. But
that's that 5K, right? Is that 5K?
No, but it's the company is Fury.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have him
So
too. He's huge.
He's a monster, and he's heavy. He is really heavy.
Yeah, he is heavy. I had trouble getting that tail on.
Oh man, yeah.
It was like my hands like hurt. Tail hurts like trying to grip it. But there's a like a monk tiger that I don't know if it's out yet, but that one looks good from that line.
Mm-hmm.
And they also have a commando werewolf that looks really good too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Did you read the comic that came with him?
I didn't read it, but did you like it?
Yeah. It's. I mean,
Here, check
it's
it out.
not
It's right up here.
extravagant, but it is good,
Yeah.
Hmm.
and it has the werewolf character and him in it, and I'm sure when the werewolf character comes out, they'll have the tiger guy in it as well.
That's
Yeah,
dope, man, that
definitely.
they do that.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think with these new toy lines, right, you need to build some sort of connection
Yeah.
between the buyer and whatnot. So you need to make like a story for them. Like, Black
Hmm.
Series has the whole stories for Star Wars.
Hmm.
There's gotta be that lore in order to
Hmm.
enjoy the toy itself. Am I getting close?
I believe so.
Can I just tell you that I think the reason my enthusiasm for Mezco has gone down is because you are not posting any more Mezco photos. Because now I'm looking at all these, I'm like, I need to buy Mezco. Man, they're like, look at this one. This is a funny one.
Yeah.
And
That
this is
cabin is
all
so
your
good.
phone.
Hmm.
That's great, man.
Thank
Oh,
you.
look at this one. How'd you do this?
Oh, so with Procreate, I took 2 photos. One is, of course, without the blue guy, the blue hologram, and then I just
Ooh,
did
I like it.
a vanilla pose with the other Krig, and I stacked it on top of the other photo,
Okay.
erased
Mm.
everything around it, and then lowered the opacity so it's transparent and turned it blue and gave it a glow effect on the outside.
Oh
See, I gotta learn this
man.
stuff.
Yeah, seriously.
I gotta learn this stuff, man.
I'm like, he said opacity. He's fancy.
Oh,
Hey,
Like,
listen, I can't even spell that.
you and me
if it
both.
wasn't a button I had to push, I probably wouldn't know it. But
Oh, okay. So did you do that with the same thing with this Mezet?
there you go. Yeah, that's the coloring thing I did. It's just a
That's
little
cool.
more basic on that one.
So
And
everyone, they did not make this Mezet. He did this all coloring.
it's a funny story how it started. We were doing a Mezco Monday collab, and I want to say it was like uh, I did like a day at the beach with your kid, and I felt really awkward about a naked Mezit with a
Mm.
dad. So I was like,
Oh,
I gotta put some clothes on this thing. So that's how it all started. Was like I felt super awkward I was trying to make this Mezit seem like a child and it was naked. So I had to put
that's
some clothes on that Mezit.
oh, that's great. Oh gosh, Danny, I don't know if you ever saw these, the McSwain
I remember those. Yeah, I remember
reviews.
those.
Everyone, if you go back deep into McSwain's vault, he did these really cute, really fun Mezco reviews, which I am so surprised did not come. But Vapor was your
It was,
voice.
yeah.
It started as Hellboy, and then
Yes.
when I got Vapor, I did a review that also switched the host of the review. And
Yes.
it
Mm.
was like in the review, they were fighting during the
Yes.
review,
Yes.
and they were really angry at each other. And that was a fun
Oh, here.
switch up.
First of all, here's the Robin I was talking about. Everyone, look
Yeah,
at that.
That is dope.
Isn't that
yeah.
cool?
I took the
That does
pink
look good.
Mezit.
I would
Yeah, I
buy
took
that.
the.
Yeah.
I wish they would do that though. I feel like
Yeah.
if you get a Batman and you theme the Mezit close to Batman, like a Robin or
Well,
just a mini Batman, it would be great.
mhm. I will say that they impressed me when they released the Crow, because then they did the method with the hockey mask and the chainsaw. I'm like, they must have heard me. They
Yeah,
must
they
have heard me
have.
say I wanted one.
They
I was so
did
happy with it.
come out with some newer ones.
Hmm. But I agree, they should make more that are based on like a Robin one. Like if they're making like the Batman one, right? The '89 Batman should have came with like a Robin
Yes.
Yeah.
method, you know?
Definitely. You know what I love about this photo? It's the trees outside of the windows. It looks like all the incredible details that you put into this one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow.
And anytime you see a sky, it's this sheet. I have a sheet hanging up, and all my
Oh.
skies is just that sheet.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's
Through the
cool.
windows, or if it's like through the trees, it's always that sheet. I just really light it up.
That's dope,
Wow.
man. Now I see that you said you don't really do horror, but I saw a couple of horror like
Here we go.
that Kessler Wolf is like top 5 for me.
Oh, I love that one.
Just saying. The Kessler Wolf is like one of those. Yeah, that wolf is I love that wolf. He's dope.
Yeah, he's great.
He's a lot of fun. He is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is this the beach photo?
Yes. So
That's
he's playing
so
with his
cool.
kid. I can't have a naked kid in this photo. It's not cool. So I
That's
just
so
gave him
funny.
clothes. That's the first time I had ever experimented with putting clothes on him and trying to make it look good.
My workaround would have been I'll just bury him in the sand. That's it.
Now,
Hey, that's still smart.
You probably have said this before. Now, these photos right here, were these before the baby or before you had kids? Is that after?
Oh, they're all after. Yeah.
Okay. So
I didn't even start
because I was
this
gonna
till-
say it's like you were like preparing yourself. You were preparing yourself to be a dad, so you just took some shots. That's what I thought. But okay. Cool, man. Damn, with a phone though.
Yeah, I know.
And I just spent money on a freaking lens today, and I should just be using my damn phone.
Yeah, and the lens is just as much as that phone too, right?
Man.
Yeah, everyone.
Wow.
This goes to show you what you can do with just what you have. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money on something like a camera or whatnot. Just be happy with what you have and be simple about it. I think we talked to what's his name? D Amazing. What do you say? Comparison is the theft of joy. So if you constantly can compare yourself to other photographers, you're not going to like anything you do. You're not. Simple as that.
Yeah.
So you work with what you have, and you don't need to spend a whole lot of money like on cameras and stuff like that. And you just be creative and have fun with it. McSwain is like the definition of like someone that has fun with his photos.
Yeah.
Like you see it in the photo. You do. You just see the fun that's there. And the love that goes into it. Geez, like
well, what's the app that you said you use again?
Procreate.
I'm gonna need a tutorial. So
Hey,
you and
man.
Clintastic 4, I need a Photoshop and Procreate tutorial. I gotta learn how to do this stuff.
Anytime. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Sorry, just want to say hi to Yimbo. He's
What's up, Yimbo?
Check out Yimbo again Sundays. Yesterday. First Strike Figs. Awesome. Let me see. There's some great what do you say? It gets the attention because the jump sequence in Coco Melon in the video transitions. Yeah. Let's see. Phone Squad here too. Wade Crate says. Vico's impressed. I use my phone to buy his looked amazing.
What?
Okay. Wesley K, I do some editing, but the raw photo is all on my phone. Got it.
Nice.
Man. Wade Crate, don't have a computer to use, but it's just the phone and a quick editing makes you creative. And yes, it's true.
Yeah.
What's up, Go Figure Go? Vico San likes your water picks. Those water picks, so good.
Thank you.
And then I would have to say this. Cal the Collector, Cal the Conqueror, Carlos Burian says, McSwain, any tips for new toy photographers? Great question.
Basically, like you said, have fun with it, and don't worry about spending money on. Of course, get the figures you want, but on diorama stuff at first. Try to find practical things. Even go get some. I think when I first started, I went and got sticks out of the yard, and kind of tied them and glued them together to make a hut or
That's awesome.
anything. And save up if you want to get a diorama, but don't feel like you have to do that. Play with angles. I had to learn that the hard way from another friend. His name is the Figure Article now. I'd send him a picture and he's like, man, you need to switch up that angle. That's basic. So I'd try a new angle. Always, if it's your phone or if it's your camera, move it around what you've got set up and see how it looks from a downward angle looking up or an upward angle looking down. Switch it up. See how it looks.
That is something I didn't really think about. That reminds me of like another poignant tip that Toy Addict tells us is like, with your lighting, I just move my lighting around and I look through my camera and see what goes well. But I also like that idea of like, just move your camera or your phone camera around to see like what you're missing on your angle, because every time you're setting up, at least for me, I'm always looking down on my figures, right? And then by the time you get to your camera, you're like, wait, this doesn't look right. Like, I need to fix the pose. Because from up here it looks so different, right?
Yep. Definitely.
I do like that. That's a great one. Well, No Chewing's not here, but he always asks this question to all of our guests. And this comes from Samurai Chris. It's kind of a serious question, McSwain, so I hope you're ready for this one. Would you rather be haunted by a ghost or abducted by aliens? That's a great reaction.
It's
the reaction we wanted.
Haunted by a ghost, I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
Haunted by a ghost? Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to be probed.
Everyone says that.
I'd rather be haunted than probed. So
the ghost shows up and says, "Buy another trooper."
I can do that.
Right.
That's so funny.
Chris, I like how you kept your face so serious when you asked that question. When you said the serious question, he had me going, and I already know what he was going to ask.
Yeah, I know. I thought Danny laughing was giving it away. So
no, I was like, after I thought about it, and I was like, he's probably going to ask that freaking question again. But I'm like, or maybe he's not.
Maybe it's a different one.
Maybe it's another question.
Yimbo also says moving the lighting around completely changed the mood of a shot.
Yeah,
that is absolutely true.
That's true.
McSwain, hashtag we are Banksy. We are all artists. We are all Banksy. We talked about that with Yimbo on TBC Top 10, and I think it was Wade Crate said that we are Banksy, which I thought was hilarious. Exactly. Sometimes you want a certain dynamic shot, but it doesn't come out, and you have to move it around. It's so true.
Yeah. Yeah, I always find it weird too sometimes. Have you guys ever gotten to these? Well, McSwain, have you ever had this instant where you're like, you have this shot set up, right? You have everything ready, and like by the end of the like after a few minutes, right? You're like using a different figure, using a different setup. It's like, it's not what I wanted to do. Like I've had that many times where I have this whole thing set up and I'm ready to take this shot. I've had it in my head all day. And then when I go to take it, I'm like, yeah, I don't like this. I want to do something else. So have you ever had that?
I haven't set it up. I usually take it, and if I can't make it what I want it to be in Procreate, I'll trash it. So
okay,
same concept, but a little different. Like I still feel the same way. Like this is not what I thought it was going to be, but I still try to like at least play around with it in Procreate and see what I can get out of it. But I've trashed a few that way. Yeah.
Well, here's another good question for you. Besides toy photography and besides drawing, what other hobby would you say you would like to pick up? Like, would you like to be like maybe dial making, or like, is there anything else that you would want to do besides toy photography? I probably just
Yeah,
said what it was, right?
you did. Because at first I was like,
It's
I
like that
can't
was
think of nothing.
stupid.
When you said that, I was like, duh.
Yeah.
At first I was like,
Yeah, right.
what? I don't know what would I do, but yeah, I've actually I made a forest background and
Mm.
some trees out of styrofoam. So yeah,
Oh,
I think if
yes.
I would get into that, like
Yeah.
it's kind of to the side, but I could get one of the trees real quick.
Okay.
So yeah, I remember that you
Oh, that looks so good, dude.
yeah, there was a time where we you were telling me how you did your trees,
Hmm.
and I bought all the stuff to do trees, and I did one tree. I'm like, this is crap, and then I threw
It's tough.
it.
It's tough. Which these, of course, just came off Amazon. These are tiny little,
Oh,
but
that's cool.
everything else that was a styrofoam cylinder, and then that was a piece of styrofoam that I cut down,
That's
and
awesome.
I
Now,
scratched
Chris,
it
do you
up.
have that tree that you made?
I
Do you
probably
have
do.
it with?
I will try to find it, and I'm going to show you. And then I remember telling Miss Wayne, I was like, it probably wasn't the right brown. It's like stupid brown paint. It wasn't the right brown paint. That's why it didn't look real.
Oh my goodness. Did I tell you the story about what I wanted to make? I wanted to make my own fence, right? So I was like hounding people down. And thank goodness for AB Photos, my rowdy brother. I love that guy. He made me two fence. He made me like a wired one, and then he made me like a wooden fence because I begged him. But like everybody was like, "Hey, go to Home Depot and ask for chicken wire." And I was like, "All right." So I went to my local Home Depot and I asked the lady. I was like, "Hey, you guys have chicken wire?" She was like, "What are you gonna have a cockfight at your house?" I was like, "What? No." I was like, "Is that supposed to be like a Puerto Rican thing that we do? We don't do that here. We eat those at home. We don't fight them. No." She was like, "You gonna like start a cockfight or something?" And I'm like, "No." I didn't want to say diorama because that would have sounded even.
What?
I'm making a diorama.
What? I guess it depends. Like, if you did a Home Depot in a rural neighborhood, and you said, "Where's chicken wire?" It'd be like aisle 4, right? Or it's like right at the checkout counter, right? Because
No,
it's
she
like
was
a
real
thing.
nosy.
It's like, yeah, but I think it really that judgment was dependent on where you live. Like
Well, I
chicken
mean, think
wire.
about it. No, I walk. No, but also too, it was a given. I walk in. It was. I walk in. I have my t-shirt on. I had
Oh.
some shorts on, and I have my chancletas on.
So you
So
certainly
it's
weren't
like,
dressed for the
here
part.
comes the Spanish guy. Wanted to ask for chicken wire. What do you want it for? I can only make those jokes, so nobody repeat after
Yep.
me. I'm just kidding.
The Puerto Rican here.
Puerto Rican. Oh man.
See, I even feel funny saying that one.
No, oh come on, no. This is toy talk. everything, everything is okay here.
Oh man, that's so funny. There was a question up here. A quick question: what kind of music do you all listen to when you create or edit or shoot your figs? Great question, McSwain. Do you do books on tape? I know you listen to a lot of books on tape.
Yeah, while I'm doing my not cleaning job, but mainly while I'm taking pictures, it's shows and movies.
Yeah.
And I'll just kind of watch it, set up. But I don't really do music too much, honestly.
Yeah, when I set up, it's mainly shows. So like Yumbo is a good rotation that I listen to. I'm trying to think. I do a lot of toying around when I listen. But yeah, I mean those are kind of like the I put on shows. That's like the one time. It makes me sometimes I'll hear something, I'm like, oh, that I can do that in my photo right now. What about you, Danny?
I really don't listen to music. I just, everybody's up. Everybody, or sometimes I'll wait till everybody's sleep and then house is quiet and I'll just set up a shot. TV will be on, the news will be on, or something to be on, and I'm just taking a photo. I wish I had a cool story to tell you guys, but I don't listen to anything. I was gonna say, yeah, listen to the Halloween theme as I'm doing a Halloween shot. No, I don't do that. The TV's on, Fox News is on, or something else is on. So I'm like, whatever.
Yimbo, says that I have one for his. I know he has tubs for his mezco, but does he keep the boxes? And can I just tell you a story? There was a time where before Isaiah had like a small collection of mezcos, and he kept them in a very special place, a bureau drawer, and he kept all of his I'm like, and I remember that you started to make that purchase, like you gotta get a bigger drawer, man. Like that's not gonna fit all those mezcos.
They're still in that drawer.
Are they?
It's probably hard to see because it's dark.
Oh yeah, and I forgot in McSwain. Oh man, McSwain gave me the whole idea to put like toys into like leftover boxes, like food boxes.
Really? Are those like, what is that? Like Tupperware?
Yeah, like you buy them on Amazon, you get 50 for like $20.
You imagine forgetting to take your lunch and accidentally taking Superman to work to eat? It's like, oh, I got vapor. We're gonna eat vapor today.
Oh man.
Yep.
Oh, so you didn't sell all of them? I thought you sold a lot of them.
A lot, but not all.
Got it.
I probably won't sell the pink skulls though.
Yeah.
I love the pink skulls.
That's awesome. And you still have your Superman. That's good. That's a good one.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's one of my grails right there.
Reeves Superman. He's cool.
Yeah. So do you keep the boxes though?
Oh yeah.
All of them.
And I'm glad because now that, selling a few of them, it's nice to have the boxes still. But when I first started collecting them, I was like, this is such a nice box. I don't feel right throwing this away.
Yeah.
With a Legends or a Star Wars figure, you're just like, get that out of here. But the Mezco box is just so nice.
Yeah. Steve Morrow listens to podcasts too, or listens to toy stuff. I don't know where Danny is, but is it just me, or does anyone else get hot when shooting photos, even on a cold day? Danny, it's Charlie Ray's birthday.
Charles Lee Ray. Charles Lee Ray is the guy who possessed the Chucky doll. And fun fact, today is forgot the anniversary. It's the anniversary of Friday the 13th Part 2. So shout out to Gillette, man. We should get him on the show. I'm gonna ask him. It's gonna be a long shot, but I'll see if I can get him on. That'll be awesome.
Wait, Craig, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you, and thanks for getting those getting the chat all riled up. Really appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right. So McSwain, thanks so much for just coming on and hanging out with us. It's been really great. I know you have a shot going on. But before you go, we always do a little segment with all of our guests called Rapid Fire. And really it's you have 10 seconds to answer just a few questions. It's like 5 or 6. It's not a whole lot. And some of them you've already answered before, so it should come easy. But here we go. Are you ready for Rapid Fire?
Let's do this.
Favorite toy line?
Star Wars Black Series.
Favorite toy?
Ooh, dang. Vapor.
Yeah. So, what's a second favorite toy?
This new Wukong I just got, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The one I want to do a collab with you with.
The
not a toy line collection, not a toy collection.
Got it. Saltwater or freshwater?
Fresh.
Superpower.
Teleportation.
Oh, all right. I feel like we've gotten that one a couple times. What makes you feel old?
My child.
Yeah. No doubt. What makes you feel young?
Older people.
Best answer ever.
It's the best answer.
That is the best answer ever. Nobody's topping that one. I challenge somebody to top that answer. McSwain, you made my day with that one.
That is the best answer ever. Oh my
Best
God.
answer, dude. Old people.
Older people. If you had to give someone who does not collect toys a gift, what toy would you give them?
I wouldn't give them a Mezco. That's too much.
No, it would be just any toy like that you could buy.
The Skywalker figure, I guess.
All right.
One of the doubles.
One
of the double figures.
And that's it. That's right.
Great job, man.
Yeah. McSwain, is there anything you want to plug?
I guess just my Instagram, McSwain Photography.
Check out McSwain_photography. Honestly, some just great shots, and you'll be on there for like a long time. If you want to see like a good use of practical effects, hit him up. He's always willing to share. Like truly, McSwain, you're like one of like the nicest guys out there who's just always willing to share, and then always willing to help people out. Like if I hadn't met you like as one of the first people, one of the first people in the community, I probably would have been like checked out of this community for a long time. So I appreciate it.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't do much in the group chats. It's just a lot going on, but any personal message to me when I got time, I'm going to answer you the best way I can.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like we can have a straight up conversation that way. I don't mind group chats, but it's just hard for me to keep up with my work schedule. By the time I look at it, there's 5 million things I've missed.
Yeah, it's so
you're a perfect example. I will say this, and I'm happy I got to meet the person behind the amazing photos, dude. Thank you for coming on. So it's nice. You're a perfect example. You're a true example of what fun is in this community, right? Because sometimes we get caught up with too much of like algorithm and all that stuff is good. We want likes, we want all that, but you are a perfect example of someone that puts his priorities first. And it's not because you're being like spiteful, it's because you have priorities. You have a life, you have to take care of your family, but you're also willing to help out. And it shows in your photos. Your photos are awesome. So, dude, thank you for being an example, dude. You're awesome, man. Like, much respect to you. Like, if I had respect for your photos, I even have more respect for you now. So, like, dude, you're awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's such a good point, Danny. Like, I can't remember. I don't think I've ever had a conversation where Isaiah ever like complained about likes or any never ever talked about like following count or likes and whatnot. It was just about check out this photo, look what I did.
Yeah,
I'm like really excited about this, and that is what we should be concentrating on, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't want to take away from the fun of the hobby, and likes are great, they're wonderful, but I mean when it starts being like, I did so much work on this photo and it's not getting any attention, you get discouraged. And I mean, it shouldn't be about that. It should be, man, I love that photo.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of it. Now I'm going to top it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out there. I'm going to find a way to do better next time. And I try to look at it that way and not, oh man, only got 30 likes.
Yeah.
Oh well. It's not making me money, so I'm not going to let it hurt my feelings, you know?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And dude, don't feel bad about going away, because listen, if you're working, you're working. We'll be here waiting for you when you get back. Trust me.
I appreciate that, man.
We'll be here waiting for you. Always.
Yeah. Everyone in the chat, thank you so much for joining us tonight. As always, it was a great chat. It was a lot of fun. We laughed a lot, had some great questions. Danny, you got Black and Wednesday starting this Wednesday with a hint of blue. And then we have TPC Top 10 this Wednesday, 8:45 with myself, Yumbo, No Chewing. State of the Art, 7:30, also Wednesday. Between Two Sentinels, Machu Toy, and J Shot, also Wednesday. Man, Wednesdays.
I'll be on tomorrow with Collector Sector with Kushi Mama tomorrow.
Oh, you
I'll be
are
your guest.
again?
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm on. Well, I wasn't able to do it the first time. We had to
Oh.
reschedule. Some personal things happened with her, so I'm gonna be on her show tomorrow at 8:00 tomorrow. So if anybody wants to come hang out with me, I'll be on.
Are your shows Instagram or YouTube? Because I really want to check them out.
So TPC Top 10 is on Instagram. You can check it out in the link tree. Good plug. Link tree on my bio. TPC or Toy Pick Community Top 10 will be on there. And Yimbo's is also on YouTube. Toy Collector Sector is on
YouTube
as well, right?
Yeah, the Collector Sector is on YouTube as well. And then, like I said before, I'll keep everybody posted about my show with Unworthy when that happens. Hopefully, we'll get you on, dude. If you're not busy one day, maybe we'll get you on because I had a great time talking with you.
Yeah.
Yes, man. This has been a lot of fun. I'm glad that we were able to do this.
I know. I feel McSwain. I feel like I've asked you like several times and we haven't been able to work it out. And then we kind of stopped asking for a while. And then I'm glad we came back to it. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thank you. And next week we have another episode of Toy Talk with Customs by Machu, not Machu Toy. Customs by Machu. This is the West Coast Canadian Machu, and he does a lot of customs, so it's great. Yimbo, always good seeing you, buddy. All right, everyone, take it easy, and we'll see you next week on another episode of Toy Talk.